Today is May 30th, 2020, and there's the time 7:32. And I just want to give a little advice what the USA could probably do to help racism in law enforcement. I'm talking about the FBI, the CIA, the Pentagon. Well, excuse me, correction as I am. I wouldn't go in the military, but the CIA, FBI, national security, the regular average police officer. All you have to do this 3 lie detector tests, if I'm not mistaken, that they found down here on Earth. There's one where they measure the brain waves to tell if you're lying. There's one where it's something about the blood pressure if you tell if you're lying. And there's another one they look at your eyes, how they move back and forth, and how you touch your face and stuff. So why not just give all these police officers who are active duty and all the ones that are trying to become um, in some type of walk of life in law enforcement, why not just give them a average lie detector test, and if they fail it 3 times, then they cannot work for law enforcement. And all you gotta do is just ask them questions like, "Are you a KKK? Are you part of white supremacists? Are you an Aryan Brotherhood? Are you a Blood? Are you a Crip? Are you joining the? Are you trying to be in law enforcement so that you can so that you can create corruption? Are you joining law enforcement so that you can be a crooked cop? Stuff like that. Also, do this with Congress and everybody else is trying to run for president because we don't want a race. Because imagine if a racist white man like that dude that stuck his knee on that man's neck, Floyd, um, George, and imagine if we had a racist like person like that in the White House. My God, he hates everybody that doesn't look like his skin tone, and he might start some type of war that all the walks of life in the USA have to fight and defend that join the military, and that is 100% unfair. I was in the military once, and I've experienced prejudice. I had a prejudiced white sergeant, Sergeant Jacks. Because I didn't have a pair of BDUs, but I had all my other equipment, and my BDUs I wore the other day, and I just didn't put them back in my sack, and that's the truth. And he got pissed off, and with all the equipment that I had, he put a 45-pound weight in there. But the 45-pound weight was in my rucksack, but against my back. And we were doing a regular road march, but it was going a long distance. And he screamed that I bet not drop out, and he was all serious. So since I was lifting 180 pounds with each arm, and throwing punches with the barbells when I was in there, I was pretty strong when I was in there. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So I did it as much as I could, but the weight was just eating at the small of my back, and I got to a point where I couldn't even finish the march. Is how much pain I was in, and I tried to drop out, but my whole entire platoon team put their hands on me and just pushed me all the way through to make sure that I wasn't going to fall out because my body was quit. But and I went all the way. I went all the way until they pushed me all the way to the line, and then I had lower back. The weight ate the skin of my back off, and it was down to the pink meat. And I have lower back trouble for the rest of my life because of that. And he also done something else before he did that. There was a E1 private named Poole that came fresh out of basic training, and Sergeant Jacks told me, and when I was an E3 waiting to be promoted to E4, Sergeant Jacks told me that he purposely pushed my early promotion date to E4 back because he didn't like me. And then he started promoting Poole. Every time Poole came up for his early promotion date, um, for E2 and E3, he pushed it up. In E4, he kept pushing it up, and he told me this in front of Poole and the rest of my I was in weapon squad, rest of my squad, that he was going to do this. And of course, I'm the only little black speck in there in the weapon squad, and everybody else looks like me. And I remember Sergeant Kiliwaski, Sergeant Ski for short. When South Park was famous, South Park came out with a movie where they had Operation Hide Behind the Darkies, and then Sergeant Ski said was trying to make jokes about Operation Hide Behind the Darkies, and he was calling me because I was practically, it was on like three other, it was like me and one other black dude in first platoon. And then I screamed out loud since he wanted to be, and I didn't give him fuck if he was a sergeant or a corporal. And I said, Operation Hide Behind the Darkies, the infantry is 90% white and 10% everything else. If anything, this is Operation Hide Behind the Whiteys. And then he got pissed off and got raged at me because they don't like stuff like that. They don't like it when you talk like that. I had people see what it is. I saw black people in the military messing up because when those racists do use the word nigger, they get all mad and pissed off and want to fight and get kicked out of the military, get Article 15s and stuff. When they start talking racist to me, all I just educated them. I let them know that black people are the original natives of planet Earth, and all races came from us. And if there is a God, He created this planet specifically for the black race because you can get all skin tones of planet Earth of men from the black race by taking out their pigmentation, but you cannot do that with a white man, a Spanish man, or a Chinaman. Or, excuse me, correction as I am, that was racist, Asian man. But I'm just being real. But you can with the black race. And so what I want is people to acknowledge and understand that I am an original native of planet Earth and I am not a mistake. And it is normal for a man on this planet and this solar system to have pigmentation in his skin like me and all of my other original native brothers of that live down here on this planet. It is unfair. I did not had no choice to be the skin tone that I am. God created me the way that I am, and I don't want to be picked on or abused for it. It's unfair. Nobody chose to be the race that they are, but we are all playing the cards that we were dealt with. And why can't these racist people understand? I mean, think about this. Have you ever seen War of the Worlds? Well, guess what? These white people that are being prejudiced to black people have 2 to 4% Neanderthal within their brain. And the people that they are being racist to have literally 0 to 1% or less Neanderthal. If you're in USA and you got masked in you, you got Neanderthal in you. If you are from Africa, you most likely have a high percentage that you have no Neanderthal in you. So guess what? One of my ancestors, before I was created, had sex with a Neanderthal, and the Neanderthal got pregnant and gave birth to a new type of Homo sapien that had Neanderthal in his brain. Now, I need some type of scientist or somebody out there that's so super intelligent or whatever the fuck, educated, whatever you want to call yourself, to tell me why is a brain that got 2 to 4% Neanderthal more superior than a brain that has 0% Neanderthal? We all agree that we are Homo sapiens. Then we all agree that we look like the Sani Bushman tribe. They're the Sani Bushman tribe. They are the original natives of planet Earth. Look them up. Look a program up called The Journey of Man. It's very important to teach you about the DNA test of what happened and how we all got here. And one of those Sani Bushman tribe had sex with a Neanderthal, got Neanderthal pregnant, and now these white people are here today, and it's like an invasion. Now that these 2%, 4% Neanderthal people are here, now they're slowly but surely taking over the world one section at a time, and now trying to destroy the original natives of planet Earth. Or it is this. Maybe this they were right about history, that the Homo sapiens were killing the Neanderthals. But I'm sure there wasn't a whole entire reason why they went extinct. But if the Neanderthal was so superior, why isn't the Neanderthal here? Why is Neanderthal hiding inside of Homo sapiens that don't look black today? Why are they hiding in them? If they were so superior, why can't I find a real 100% pure Neanderthal man? You can't. You can only find 2% and 4% here. And that 2% Neanderthal and that 4% Neanderthal people think that they are superior than us, and they are taking over the original natives of planet Earth planet, and they are trying to extinct us in every nation that is here, even in their own African black nations. Now, I will admit, we do need white people because think about it. If the 4% Neanderthal people, the white people and Asians, if they weren't here to build spacecraft, then most likely those African men would have been so comfortable living in Africa that they would have stood that way all the way until the supernova, and then their whole entire species would have been extinct. Now, thanks to the 4% or 2% Neanderthal man, we have rockets, we have spacecraft. But this is not stuff that we weren't going to do anyway because we built a Tower of Babel. And back then, there was no such thing of a white person. It was only people that looked original. There was white people was a figment of imagination. Maybe there was a black person that gave birth to an albino person that has blonde hair and blue eyes. But other than that, it was more like a fantasy until it became a reality after so many generations later than the Greeks and all these other and the Romans and all the other white people came, but they weren't in the prehistoric days. And what we need to do is have a Black History Month where we educate people about black people. We need to show them that we are the original natives of planet Earth and that we are not mistakes. And it is normal for a person to exist down here on planet Earth that looks like me. Why? Because my skin tone means I'm not allergic to no star in the whole entire universe. But an albino skin tone cannot even stand the sun's UV rays and has to wear sunblock and sunscreen. And so if you think about it, I'm the perfect spaceman. Not only if I'm the perfect spaceman for this solar system, I'm the perfect spaceman to travel and go conquer other solar systems that are blue like Earth as well. Because I'm going to make sure I have in my loins the power to create all races and walk of men that are here today. But the white man doesn't have it in his loins. All he can create is just more white people. All the Asian man can do is create more Asian people. All the Spanish man can do is create more Spanish people. But the black people, they have the building blocks to create all walks of life of men that are here on this planet. And do not hate me because I'm an original native of planet Earth, but instead, as a matter of fact, I want to say, don't even call me black no more, because I bet you there was a racist person that called the first original native of planet Earth black. I bet you. And I bet you they also called them niggers as well. So don't even address me as black no more. Address me as what my true definition is, original native of planet Earth. And it's unfair when you open up the Webster Dictionary and you look up man, you see a silhouette of a white man instead of a silhouette of a Sonny Bushman tribe man. You need to, when you go to the museum and you see the stair-step ladder of man, you see you see all these transformations from monkeys into a white man, but you don't see if Darwin is correct, the evolution of the monkey into the Sonny Bushman tribe man that transformed himself into the white man as generations went past. And I guess I said too much. I want to keep y'all. But that's my 2 cents. And I'm finna watch this program, missing some good juicy news. Smith out.